And I always like to sort of separate the sections, blast it a couple times, and then go through and do that in layers throughout the hair. And you always want to concentrate it a little bit closer to the scalp, since that's where all the oils are coming off of, and that's where you want to loosely with our fingers, and then pin that second section out of the way. We're only doing 3 sections, so it's really easy to remember. Split the head into 3, and then we'll start pinning in our lowest section. And we basically feel the gentle. We're not teasing because we're not going for great volume, but we are just pressing the comb in and towards the scalp. Take it out, press it in, push to the scalp, take it out. And then you can always get it a little tighter towards the roots. Bobby pin locking technique. So, you know the ridges on a bobby pin. The ridges are usually here. The first bobby pin you put into the head should go with the ridges towards the scalp. So like so. The second one, the ridge will face out, and you can lock them in them. And this is a lot of hands using. Like, you don't need a lot of combs, but you just use your hands to control and manage the hair. We're going to use a little bit of full effect, which is our dry texture spray, just to control a little bit of the fly. We take those ends and finish twisting them into our base. All of those ends are now hidden, and you've got 2/3 of the head up in less than 5 minutes. Ta-da! So then I'm only working in section 2. Section 2 is right here. Brush it all back off the face. And you don't have to worry about making this super, super tight on the sides. If your client likes that, Nicole pinned it. Now we go into the middle of section number 2. We're going to back comb this again to give us something to pin to. Just like in the first section. Just for a little bit of foundational support here. Keep it nice and tight to the scalp as you do so. And what you get here is a nice little twist up from the bottom up to the occipital. That's your first section, and we're going to pin that and secure it here. And then those ends will get incorporated into the next section. Perfect, like Elizabeth Taylor. We want it to look like Elizabeth Taylor went running outside with her updo and then went to an event. We're going to part it down the middle and leave a little bit of a front section to curl and frame her face, so it has a little bit of that 60s. You want to continue this sort of movement that you have, right? So you have this visual sort of nice little continuous movement. That's really what we're paying attention to, since it is supposed to be nice and loosey-goosey and not super severe and tough, right? As you guys know how. And push that hair into place. And again, we're going for volume and messy. We're not going for super, super perfect here, which is my favorite kind of updo. Make sure you incorporate the go through and sort of pick up these little tendrils, right? And give it a little bit more air, especially if you're working on photos or photo shoots. You always want the hair to look so airy that it almost looks like someone kind of like blew on her hair with one side. Steaming is okay, always. Sizzling is not. So we're okay if it steams, we're not okay if it sizzles. So there's your little wave. Always let it cool for a second just so that it sets, and then we can put our fingers. And again, a little dry texture spray just to fan them out, give them a little bit more plumpness, and then same on the other side. And now because we know clients can be indecisive.